Hopefully this is working. Hi, Trustedy Crystal, and I hope you can hear properly as I'm not sure which microphone is working for this. So what I'm doing is pretty much testing it out, seeing if this is workable for a couple of minutes, as this is about the best I can do set up for it. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how well the sound is going to work, whether if I try in a second, my thanks. I'm actually using a TV to play all of this because there was a bigger TV just behind this one, but that broke, so we're using a smaller TV for it. I'm just really hoping that the sound is hearable properly from my end, as I've got a set of headphones set up for a microphone that, as Beats headphones might have a better microphone than what I was originally using. So I figured I'd set it up all tonight and hope it works. The thing I'm using for the camera is my actual laptop. So hopefully this does work well enough. I know there's a dark patch in the top corner, which I've noticed. So hopefully this actually is okay and works. It's only going to be a short one because this way I can see if anyone wants to watch it, and if I get into trouble for it at all, whether I have to just take them straight down after I do these as a little stream. But I'll play a small bit of the game. I've not got the sound on through the video because I know I won't be able to pay any attention to the chat. I've got my tablet for the chat, as the laptop is literally facing the TV, and I can't see anything from the screen. But I'm hoping, as the writing's coming out on my tablet, I can read it all, well, just about, and so I can see all the chat. But I'm gonna try and get when I have the money, a better camera that can actually face the screen rather than not seeing it. And this is basically just like me testing this whole thing out, as I haven't got much to do at the moment, and I figured while I'm not feeling 100% that I could just test this quickly, and hopefully it's likable and watchable. So I actually haven't set this version up of the game at all. I've literally just started it from scratch. I do have a version which is all fully ready to play, but that's just for because I had the Pokeball when I got it, and I registered the Pokeball to that and got the character through that, the new character. Yeah, I kind of don't like that part about the game. I would rather you actually have to battle the Pokemon rather than just throw in the Pokeballs and constantly having to throw them just to catch. I'd rather have a couple of Pokemon to fight than do the rest. But with this, it's literally just Pokeball, 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 and it levels up everything throughout the whole game. But I'm literally getting like a 30-second delay on the chat. So if I'm slow on reading the chat, it's a couple of seconds bit longer before I've got the chat, any messages. So hopefully I'll get used to it. So I just figured I'd test this out while playing it. As I've tested it with a phone, it worked really, really well. I got the full screen, everything, and that was just basically off of the Nintendo Switch itself. And now I've got to use a TV to do it all. So that's kind of been a bit of a nightmare. That's cool. I'm just hoping other people will like this for as I'm just gonna like play through it, and if anyone knows like any hidden things where I should go or look or something with the game, then it's always fun to find something out like that rather than me just playing the walkthrough book things that I normally do with Pokemon games. But I do like to, I prefer to show the plush and stuff because that's more fun. But I thought I'd have fun with the Nintendo Switch as this is literally my excuse to have to play the game, as I do put off playing this sometimes. I literally just leave it and just forget that I have it, and I should really play it more often. I know the writing's going to be a bit fast, but I'm going to try and keep it so it's readable. As I know, if I slow down too much, I start noticing the delay on my screen. It is a cool game. There's a new one coming out in a few months, I think. Probably most likely Christmas, which will be Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I'm looking forward to getting, as they look quite fun. And they are hopefully the original games like they used to be, where you can battle to catch the Pokemon rather than the throwing the Pokeball and hitting them in the face type thing, which I think is kind of mean to throw them and not try and battle. The only downside to this is I can't actually see how long I've been live for. So I have no clue as my tablet doesn't tell me. Yeah, I just pretty much agree that the battling is the main part of the game. And the fun part with this, I noticed you level up all the Pokemon literally at the same time. So the 6 Pokemon you have on you will level up as you are playing, with whether it be you battle with Eevee or one of the other characters, it will level up all the 6 that you have. So I kind of like it, but it's annoying because I want to level up one character, not level up the whole team. That's cool. I'm just going to try and keep these up as long as I can with as long as they allow them to stay up. Yeah, I agree. I think it should be an option with like the other games. You can have an item that will allow you to pick to level up all at the same time, but this one it only allows you to level up the team rather than a single Pokemon. But the new game will hopefully be the same as Pokemon Sun and Moon. And I'm going to try and get through this as quick as I can so we can see a Pokemon battle on it. And I don't really give nicknames on the Pokemon, but I will do that later on because I might save this then, or I might just leave it and try it next time to make sure that the whole thing's done. I'm going to see if my laptop will allow me to use one of the sites to input the actual footage from the Switch directly to the laptop, but I'm not 100% sure that my laptop will cope with it because it's more of a tablet than an actual laptop, as it's only a cheap thing and it's not exactly the best for anything other than live streaming. I thought it was a massive dark patch on the corner, but it weren't. It's actual wooden walls in the actual building. So if I'm lucky, there's a battle soon, so we can see what the battles are actually like. It's either after this little talking part or yeah, I think it's got all of the things that I need now. So that'll be a battle eventually, either in this building or just outside of the building, I think. Yeah, the all the inside of the buildings are quite cool, and all the details and bits. It's just like the gameplay's the only thing I find a problem. Like, because I just like the battle side of Pokemon and the catching them, but not the just throw the Pokeball and the Pokemon is yours sort of thing. Although as you go through the game, it gets harder to just catch them that way. Then you end up using like 6 to 20 Pokeballs, or you have to change them to the different versions of. So it does sometimes get a bit harder and more interesting. If I do miss anything in the chat, it's because this tablet I'm using is not the best for keeping up with the live chat. It's literally little bits could be getting missed, so I am double checking every so often that I'm not missing anything. As I know, a lot of YouTubers are probably going to go live soon. I was just watching the Swedish Traveller as he was live, and he's a friend that I chat to. So a lot of talking throughout the first half of the game, but it does speed up a little bit, and you do need to literally level up the Pokemon. What I will be doing is every time I hit save, I will leave. I won't go any further than where I am, but I will level up the Pokemon. So as I go through the game, it's not me just playing catch the Pokemon non-stop and just dawdling with that sort of area, and I can go through the game quicker on the live stream rather than spending ages in one little spot. But as this one's a test, I'm just going to get used to the reading the messages and in the chat and playing the game at the same time, and hopefully I can keep up with both, as the screen on this laptop, tablet, is very small, and I do have to look quite closely sometimes. But that's the fun of doing this one, is it's more of a challenge for me and more fun. I pretty much know nearly wherever I'm supposed to go, but there's quite a bit I don't know of this game, because I played it at Christmas and then I stopped playing it for a while. So it should show the first Pokemon here. So there'll be whichever one I catch. The funny thing is, when I played this first time as the Pikachu version, I could catch Pikachus anywhere, but you couldn't catch an Eevee on any of the games at that point. The Pokemon can knock the Pokeballs away if they decide, but makes it more fun and caught that one. But if you catch up to 50, you can have Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. So you get all three if you get the amount of Pokemon needed. So that's another reason why I'll level the Pokemon up off of the live stream, so I can have as many of the Pokemon as possible. And I know not everyone's going to like this as a live stream, but it's just a bit of fun. But I should have another arcade video to post soon, and that'll be a coin pusher, which will be the crazy one with the crazy amount of wins, and a really good ending to the video with the amount that was got. So I was just checking my phone as I wanted to double check something. As for some reason it decided it's gonna turn off. But I figured if I'm do this as a little stream now, you can see how many people actually like it and want to watch it. As hopefully some people will be interested in it. Yeah, it's pretty much based around you owning an Eevee and 5 other Pokemon. So, or if you're playing the Pikachu version, you've got Pikachu instead of Eevee. But the next game should hopefully be one where it's based around the whole lot of characters rather than just a couple. So that's added to the party. So I can go and catch this one as well. And then I'll have a Rattata in the collection. Some are easier to catch at the beginning than others. So it's always good to check around to see which Pokemon are around. And the more you catch, the more your levels go up. So that's one thing I won't do on a live stream is have level up characters. I'll only do like the going through the full game and the gyms and so on, like things like that. But I think in this area it's a Bellsprout, a Rattata, and a couple of others that are in this location. But a lot of the Pokemon do walk around, will wander around, and if you're not careful, sometimes you can just be standing there and they'll walk into you and you'll end up fighting them. It's a fun game. The Switch actually was one an arcade, so and that was quite a lot of tickets, and that's one of the things I've not really played often, but I keep meaning to. And the levels do go up quite quick when you're in the actual battles, and I think by the end of this area I should be able to get near to an actual battle so I can show that, and by the next time I do this there'll be more Pokemon and some battles rather than just catching Pokemon to build up a little team, which you can avoid the Pokemon. You just walk the opposite direction to them. Some little bits will have, like Eevee will go over to the corner, say there's something he's found, and then you'll get that item. So that's a cool little thing. I do like the fact that Eevee can walk around, and so can other Pokemon. So we basically got to the first town, and in the top corner, you can actually see Team Rocket. So that is pretty cool, and that's cool. I know some people will find it really annoying and repetitive, so that's the only reason I'm gonna try and cut some of that out, but not all of it. So if I can remember how to do it, I can either play let's give this Pokemon a name sort of thing when I come to it, to doing something like that. So this part we've got like the Pokemon Center and the different layouts for it. Well, they're nearly all the same, but you've got like people wandering around. You've got the town maps in the corner. Don't have a trade bit, but it does work with Pokemon Go. it does, so you can actually get bits like that. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not in the right area to play of playing it, but eventually you can link your Pokemon Go game with the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee games. So it's kind of fun. I'm hoping that people will give this a try and be okay with it so I can do the odd stream like this and just have some fun. As I don't really get much time to play video games normally, so I've got to take that to Professor Oaks. Then we get to see the battle, and hopefully I can sort this out before I have to either end the live stream. So I really don't know how long I've been live for. But there is a couple of what's in the bag videos that I'll be doing soon. It's just sorting them out properly, and I know I've got to sort out a phone call with Infinite Mirage, as I've been promising that for a while, and everything just gets a bit complicated. So that's the reason that's getting delayed and constantly. So I've got to really sort out some times better. But this is hopefully where the first battle comes into the game. But if it's a YouTube issue saying, oh, thanks for letting me know, as I'll do the battle hopefully next. It will be, then I'll have to end the stream because I know I'm not sure how much longer I've got before people want this room, and I'll get in trouble if I keep it up the live up too long because of no one's comes in the room while I go live. So that's one thing I have to work around sometimes, waiting for a room to be free, or whether it's a case of have to work other stuff out. But I do play quite a lot of Pokemon games. I did find a while back Pokemon Pal, which I thought I'd lost, so that was pretty cool. Just had to get a bit of drink because I've not had much to drink today. As pretty much just mess around, drink when I can be bothered. Mostly water or squash, so it's pretty much just them I drink. And hopefully this is the battle, and we'll see how well Eevee does, because I actually don't know if Eevee beats straight away normally. Yeah. drink a lot. I drink pretty much a lot of orange juice and different flavors like that, and not as much fizzy drinks. So it's unless it's Download Festival, then they don't have squash, so I get fizzy for a change. So the moves are set like they usually are on Pokemon. So you've got a couple of them in the corner, and I believe Quick Attack is the better one to use. And because Pikachu's electric, it's gonna do more damage sometimes. Okay, that was quite quick. I actually wasn't expecting that. Yeah, pretty much juice drinks. And the fizzy ones is normally Pepsi or 7 Up or Coca Cola, depending on which flavour. So I'm going to save it now. Then for a couple of seconds, I'll show a couple of random plush while that's. Because I think I've got a couple lying around. That's cool. Yeah, I do drink healthy drinks when I have the money. Just depends. A lot of coffee if I'm out. Actually, do have a weird one for coffee, so, which I just get like a latte and Malteser milk hot chocolate thing, and just make it into a Malteser latte. So that's 100% different. Yeah. So what I'm basically doing is just saving the game, and I'm gonna go move the laptop carefully without knocking everything over that I've got balanced, and then I'll show a couple of random plush that I can find. So that's the Pokemon game, and yikes, it actually does take quite a lot of battery out of my laptop. As I've got like 5% now. So yeah, I've got a couple more minutes that as now I can see the time, and I'll show a couple of the plush as I know a lot of people like the plush. Well, God. So that's literally how disorganized I am. Nothing right to hand. So I have a Mickey Mouse plush from the 90th anniversary set that they have, which is pretty cool. Which it has there, it's the little Mickey Mouse logo, official licensed one. So it's pretty cool. So what I'll either do is just either at the end of these live streams I can either show some plush or I could just talk at the end like this and just play for roughly 30 minutes of the game. Yeah. But this is one of my favourites out of the Winnie the Pooh set, and there's only Tigger and Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore, which you don't have Piglet for some weird reason. But these are so soft. It is unbelievable how soft a plush can be. But these are literally my favourite because of how soft and slippery they actually are to have. But the Pokemon lives will be a bit of fun and a way to just chat and get me used to doing stuff when I haven't got tons of the plush. And this one was something I showed earlier in the first live stream. Is one of the Power Rangers from the original TV series. And I do have the full set, and these are just really cool. Yeah, I just figured a little bit of a hangout and chat is better than me not doing anything. So whether I'm not feeling fully up to being on camera, I can come by and do a bit of a chat like this and play a bit of a game that I wouldn't normally play due to watching YouTube too much, as my watch hours are for yesterday and the day before were roughly 12 hours each. So I literally watched 12 hours of YouTube throughout the day and throughout most of the night. So it does get quite a lot of time for me watching YouTube a lot. And it does take up a lot of my time and supporting a lot of the other channels. And not got much else. Also got the Minnie Mouse for that set, which the flower kind of got a bit squashed. So it doesn't stand up that well now. Well, if I leave it rested on something the opposite way. So that's what it should look like. But it just flops back. But it is a really nice plush. And I think that's roughly about all I've got to hand. I do have some things I'm going to post to Instagram in a little while. So there's a couple of bits like that I'm going to share. And I'll sort the Pokemon game out so it is leveled up and can go to the gyms without having to go and try and level up in the next one I do of the games. So hopefully that gets sorted easy and I don't forget to do it all properly and sort that. That's cool. And the next one's either live streams, either a random or Funko Pop, or depending on if I can get another bag of plush, it'll be one of them 3 live streams. But I will hopefully get everything sorted out. And I've just realised, even though I've got the proper laptop now, that it's saying top chat, not live chat, which I just don't like using the top chat, as you miss literally half of the chat. And for just some reason, I literally see 0 messages throughout any of the streams I do like that. Unless there's loads of them, then. But the more the chat there is in the chat, the more it helps me and the more fun I can have. As I know, I did test this out a little while ago, and hopefully they do allow this stream, as they do let everyone else use Pokemon as a live stream. But if they don't, I'll just use it as for a little bit of fun each time I do the Let's Go EV stuff. But so far, out of the plush I've got to hand, this one's my favourite, as it was given to me by one of the workers, as there was an issue with the claw machine, and they decided that as the claw machine was outside, their cameras were not on them, they could hand over a free plush. Even though we were playing the claw machine for quite a few times and didn't really win anything that time, but they give me this one, and they also did it another random time with a red Power Ranger, so that was cool. But whenever I do the Let's Go EV streams, I will try and either have something at the end that I can either show or just do a chat for a little bit and have a nice time with that. And hopefully this does work and people do like it, as it's fun. I know I'm a bit slow with playing the game due to wanting to make sure I read the chat rather than miss stuff. But I will slowly get better as I go on doing this. So I just want to thank everyone who stopped by, checked out the live. You're all amazing. And thank you, Tristan Lee Crystal. You're amazing. And I will chat to you another time in one of the chats. And everyone, I'll see you again soon. You're all amazing. Thank you.